Okay. Here we go again. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 Go High Level questions I get asked all the time. So if you've ever logged in to Go High Level for the first time and thought, what in the world did I just do? I promise you, you're not alone. My name is Angie Anderson, and I talk and teach Go High Level to beginners in a school community. If you are someone who needs a little bit of guidance, a little bit of extra TLC and love and care, I am here for you. My community is here for you. Okay, so real talk. Every week, I get some of the same questions from business owners who just need to understand better systems. They have no clue where to start. They open up Go High Level, see about 500 things, and immediately start questioning their life decisions and why they did this thing. And they get flustered. And this is why I'm here. So I want to take the time to talk about Go High Level, to talk about how really, although it does have a lot of moving parts, it's not hard. It's only complicated when you make it complicated. Okay. If you have a beginner's roadmap, then it's easier to maneuver and you'll be much more successful. So I'm going to answer those questions. If you have questions, comments, concerns, don't be afraid and hesitate to drop those down in the chat, and I will always make sure that I get to those questions. Okay, so first biggest question, like what is Go High Level and why do I need it? Okay, so Go High Level is not just another CRM. It's an all-in-one platform that encompasses many different tools. Instead of having Calendly for calendars, MailChimp for mail, ClickFunnels from back in the day for your funnels, CRM, texting, all that you can find bundled into Go High Level. And they bring everything into one platform. But I would challenge to say the better question would be, do I need Go High Level? And on some level, some folks, depending on where you are in your business journey, you may not necessarily think you need a CRM and you're not ready, but I promise you, if you start with a CRM and grow with a CRM, you'll be starting light years ahead of a lot of people who use spreadsheets and all that good stuff. And I'm not downplaying spreadsheets and nothing like that because they work. But when you start off with technology, it's much easier to grow and you don't have to relearn another different system. Okay. Question number 2. Is Go High Level too complicated for beginners? And really, I would say it's not. Where the complication comes in is when people try to learn everything all at once. And that's the problem. When you try to learn everything, you learn nothing. It's like when you buy a new cell phone, right? If you spent the time to go over every last feature, you probably would never use the phone. But if you start using one thing at a time, understanding that, and then moving on to the next thing, it's much more easier to digest and to learn. Okay, and that's the same thing I tell people for Go High Level. You don't have to pick everything to learn, even though it has a bunch of cool features, but pick one thing, learn it, use it, and then move on to the next one. And when you get confident, that's how you continue to grow, to continue to scale and use and incorporate every different feature that they have in there. Okay. So not everything at once, pick one thing, get good at it, and then move on. Okay. Question number 3, what's the first thing I should build? Okay, so I tell people all the time, it's not your website, it's not your AI employee, it's not putting up fancy funnels or connecting your social media and doing all the things. Literally, I tell people the first thing they need to do and Go High Level is set their business profile. Your business profile starts from beginning to end, and it sets the foundation for everything else that Go High Level runs off of. Okay, so you need to update and make sure your business profile matches what your actual business documents match, and then you go into making sure all the other things are legit and updated. Okay, and then once you go from there, I think you're good with having that base foundation. I'll also go, 2 or 3 steps further. The first top 5 things I do after, being do your profile, you want to set up your payment processor. You can't get paid if you don't have a payment processor. So you don't want to put no barriers to entry. So connecting your payment processor is where you need to start as your second item. Purchasing a phone number, item number 3, making sure you have the ability to get inbound requests, and then making sure you're able to track all of the incoming activity into your business. Okay, making sure you have that SMS capability and all that stuff. I want to say 4th is what? Your calendar. Okay, making sure that you sync your calendar into the CRM, because as soon as you start using the CRM's calendar, it automatically populates your calendar. It automatically can send messages to your clients, reminders, follow-ups, and all of the things. So setting up that calendar is going to be critical. And then I think number 5 from there is like, now you can look at your profiles if you want to set up the profiles, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's a plethora of things out there. If you use Google My Business, you can connect your Google, all the things into the platform. Okay, so those 5 things are literally how I tell each of my students and my clients where to start. Okay. Question number 4. Okay, do I need a website before I use GoHighLevel? Like, absolutely not. You don't need a website to start using GoHighLevel. You need to sign up for GoHighLevel and update your profile. Okay, like I just talked about. So you don't necessarily need a website to start it. Once you get in there and you take care of those first 5 things, I'm always going to recommend having a simple website or simple landing page in GoHighLevel because it is now, okay, how do we start to capture people coming in? Where do we send them? When we talk to people and they want to look us up, where do we send them? So you need to have a digital footprint or digital real estate out there, because if people can't find you on a website, guess what? You're sus. Okay, so having a website, even though it's not 100% necessary, required, I highly recommend you have a website, even if it's just a simple landing page that tells people about what you do and converts interested people into clients. Okay. Number 5, what's the biggest mistake I see beginners make? Okay, I think beginners, again, try to learn everything. However they got introduced to GoHighLevel, they got introduced, with a shiny object, I promise you, because it wasn't, they woke up one day and said, I need a CRM. They absolutely did not say that. They saw the shiny object on YouTube. Somebody bragged about how much money they can make with GoHighLevel, and I was like, could this work for me? And then they got in there and they saw the madness and the chaos. And they try to do everything all at once. And so that's the biggest mistake that I see with beginners. They go in there, they try to do everything, they get overwhelmed. They spend hours, days, weeks trying to set it up, making sure they choose the right fonts, colors, the perfect logo, everything that they can do. Meanwhile, they still haven't set up the basics to be able to capture and nurture leads. Okay, so start off with your basics, start off with your foundation before you start moving on to all the fancy stuff. Okay, question number 6. Can GoHighLevel replace other software? It absolutely can. If you are, from, I won't say back in the day, but if you started your business a while ago and you started off using spreadsheets, Calendly, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, other CRMs, other scheduling tools, like, you could grow your business in one platform with GoHighLevel because it could almost replace all of those, and it's all in one system. Now, I'm going to say a disclaimer real quick about that, because if you are a master of one, guess what? You're a general on everything else, right? So different platforms, I think, do exceedingly well sometimes, or even better than GoHighLevel, because that's the only thing that they do. They don't do anything else. So of course their UI looks great. Everything looks good. All of it is happening the way it's supposed to happen because they aren't really doing anything else. GoHighLevel is an all-in-one tool, so it does a lot of things. Now, is it perfect? Is it great? It's not. But does it meet the mark? It absolutely could meet the mark. Okay. Question number 7. Do I need AI before I learn GoHighLevel? I would say 100% no. And the more AI you know, the more I think confused a lot of people are when they come to GoHighLevel. Go High Level is it could be a simple path to automating, to scaling, to, growing your business. But when you start introducing AI, things get a little bit more complicated. Okay. So you absolutely don't need to know AI before you learn Go High Level. In fact, I would challenge you to just learn Go High Level from the foundation up, and then when you feel comfortable, enter into using AI and being able to bring that into the system. Remember, if you start off with chaos, not knowing your customer journey, not knowing where your business is going, you're just going to automate the chaos. Okay, you're just going to ramp it up until you are just in a mess. Okay, if your business process is messy, AI tools like Go High Level CRMs are just going to make it even more faster and messier. Okay. Question number 8: how long does it take to learn Go High Level? Um, Literally, I've been using Go High Level for 2 years now, and I can say for most of my use cases, um, I'm a really fast learner, but I am also very curious and go in there, create chaos, break some things, and then put it all back together kind of person. So it didn't take me long to start to learn the things that I needed and the basics. Okay. But do I know everything and Go High Level even after 2 years? Absolutely not. It's so many things, it's so many features. It's way too much to just master if you don't have a need for or a use case for it. As my business continues to grow, as Go High Level continues to grow and add new features, it's always something new to learn in there and Go High Level. So I would say, how long does it take? It can take as long as you take, number one, but also like your foundation, you can go in there and learn your foundation in less than 30 days and be rocking and rolling. And if you're a tech person or like technically inclined, even less for clicking around if you have the right guidance. Okay, so that's why you join my school community so you can ask those questions, right? Okay. Question number 9: what should I automate first? Okay. Um, and before we get into that question, I'm going to challenge you to not think about what you can automate first, but think about how your business process goes. So many times I see people come to me and they're like, yeah, I need automation. I need my business on AI. I need all of this stuff. But yet when I ask them, okay, walk me through your customer journey, they have like gaps and they don't know what they want their customer to do, their ideal customer. Like if this were a perfect world, what would that look like? A win across the board for you. If you can't walk through that, you don't need automation. You're not ready. Okay. Now, when you have that process down, what should you automate first? Your follow up. Hands down, your follow up. Every single new person you meet, every single new lead you meet, every single new client that comes in the door, your follow-up game needs to be on autopilot. You need to be able to put them into your CRM and then your CRM takes over so you can go move on to the next person that you're going to meet. Okay. And your automation will then kick in and say, hey, it was great meeting you at the event. I would love to continue our conversation. Here's my calendar link. If a time agrees with you, let's put something on the books and grab a coffee or something to that effect. But if that happens automatically, then it takes the onus off of you of remembering to even follow up with the 11 people you met at the networking event. Okay, so your follow up should be the first thing you automate, because that way when people call into your business, automatic follow up. And you miss the call, automatic follow-up text message. Hey, sorry, I missed your call. Here's my calendar link. If you want to set some dedicated time, I would love to help you, or whatever it's going to be. That way you don't lose out on the opportunity to talk with that person more. Okay. Nothing says unprofessional or just, I'm not sure where your business is when I call, leave a message, and you never even call back. Okay, or because you got busy, and it's not intentional, it's just because you got busy or you forgot. Because we all people and we all human. So if you automate that follow-up, baby, you're gonna be okay. Okay. Emails, reminders, all the things, all of that stuff can be automated. Okay, last but not least, what is the one feature beginners overlook? And I'm going to take that one step farther because it's not just beginners. It's a lot of people that I meet. And I would say that's opportunities and pipelines. Okay. Now that you have set your foundation, now that you have automated your follow-up, now that you have got your business journey down pat and all the things, now your opportunities in your pipeline is visibility into your business. Okay. Everybody wants the nice shiny stuff. They want the AI, they want funnels, they want voice agents. But if I ask you, how many leads do you have in your pipeline? A lot of people could not tell me that answer. Okay. And it's because they don't know. They have leads all over the place. They're coming in, but they're not being organized. They're not being put into categories. They're not being nurtured. So pipelines and opportunities open the door to visibility for your clients coming in or your leads coming in. So if you know that I have 4 people, that I met yesterday, my workflow fired and they all got emails, and now it's day 2 and they haven't responded. Okay, now I can go follow up with a phone call, but I have the list of all 4 that were sent the note, and they are in my pipeline that says, email number 1 sent. So now that I know everybody's got email number 1, it's been a day. I set myself a reminder task. Now the next day I can wake up and say, hey, I got 4 people I need to call. Okay, so if you don't have visibility of where your leads are in your customer journey, that's also a great way to lose money and lose revenue and leave money on the table. Okay. So that's, I think, the most overlooked feature in GoHighLevel, because it's not sexy, it's not fancy. It's literally like the most boring thing you could ever do. But when you lock that down and know where your leads are in the process, you can target them specifically on the things that they're doing and not leave money on the table. Okay, so there you have it. That's the 10 top questions that I get asked from beginners, and a lot of people, not just beginners, just people in general new to GoHighLevel. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Okay, you don't have to learn everything to start seeing results. Learn how to build one form, learn how to set up one calendar, learn how to set up, one workflow and one pipeline. And then you can go. Your systems can be turned on and you can start capturing leads however you bring people into your business. Okay. So many people I know spend months and weeks watching YouTubes, buying courses, waiting until they feel ready or the right time. Meanwhile, people who are just keeping it simple, doing one thing at a time, their business takes off and they have micro wins and micro progress. And that's what you want, momentum to keep moving. Okay, so don't let perfection stop you. Don't let it keep you stuck. Do it scared and build your systems. Okay, build your systems and then build the next one and then build the next one. Okay, and continue to scale and grow your business. Okay. All right, so if you're watching this and thinking, oh my God, I still don't know what I'm doing and I would just like some help so I don't have to do this by myself, then I'd love to have you in the System Starter Lab. It's my school community where I teach beginner, GoHighLevel to folks that is new to GoHighLevel, new to business, all the things. Every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, we build systems. I'm a builder. So a lot of the courses and stuff that people talk about is just that. It's more information. I'm an implementer. I like to go and show real use cases from real business owners and solve their problems in the lives every Tuesday. Okay, so no slides, no demos, no none of that. We get down and we build right then and there in the live. Okay, we troubleshoot together, we answer questions, and we grow as a community. Okay, so you'll find that link down below. If you do not have GoHighLevel or you're thinking about it, I also have some free links down in the description where that gives you some trials and some good stuff with some of the trials and or signing up for GoHighLevel. You can also look at joining my community as well. Okay, until next time, just keep building, keep learning. You got this, and I look forward to your questions.
Running a business is about focus. It's about having the right environment to do your best work. It's about the systems that keep you organized and ensure your clients remain at the heart of everything you do. If this gave you direction today, we're building systems like this inside the school community, so your business actually feels easier to run day to day. Join us when you're ready. You'll find the link in the description box. We are excited to build with you.